Well, hello to you and welcome to another exciting game brought to you by EA TV.
EA Sports FC is a series defined less by massive changes and more by the quality of life updates each new entry makes. And FC 26 has those in spades.
And there it is, the opening goal, the ideal way to start.
It's filled with small adjustments that make this one of the best versions of the beautiful game in the last several years. From stickier dribbling and crisper passing to smarter goalkeeper positioning. Unfortunately, the goodwill those changes garner have also been undercut by some of the most aggressive microtransactions EA has ever introduced. So, while FC 26 is inching in the right direction, that progress is primarily kept to the pitch.
There's the first touch and we're underway.
The new gameplay styles represent one of the biggest changes and best updates this year. In the past, everyone was using the same tuning, whether diving into competitive games in Ultimate Team or trying to win the league against CPU opponents in Manager mode.
Well, he's got two now.
This year, EA has split things between two different presets, competitive and authentic. With the competitive preset, you can expect the fast-paced action and smarter AI teammates that you might be used to from previous entries. Meanwhile, authentic will feel more realistic to what you see on the real-life pitch every weekend. Players are slower and you need to use your tactical intelligence to get into scoring position. The most important part of this change is that these two options do not impact each other. That means EA can tune competitive mode however is needed without changing the balance of authentic mode, something they couldn't do in previous versions of FC.
Opportunity here, and a decent save.
People come to FC 26 for different reasons. Career mode players want a game that plays as close to real life as possible, while Ultimate Team and Clubs players want fair and balanced online competition. Those two ideals have sometimes worked against each other in the past, so giving us two totally separate gameplay styles is a great way to surf both communities.
And there is no missing those. An open goal for them to enjoy.
In general, the on-pitch gameplay might be better than it's ever been during the current console generation. Part of that is thanks to the split between authentic and competitive. But it's more than that alone, as FC 26 is just generally more responsive than ever. There are dozens of ways this manifests, but the thing you'll notice most is left stick dribbling. The ball feels sticky to your feet, letting you make micro adjustments as you dribble down the pitch. With the extra control, you're better able to set up passes and find lines to cut through the defense.
Chance to score, and it's an early lead.
Speaking of passing, everything is a bit crisper this year. You can't ping up and down the field with no-look passes, but you can use positioning to tiki-taka your opponents to death while you look for an opening. Speed is still king on the wing, but in the middle of the pitch, it's all about controlling the flow and looking for that one incisive pass to get in front of the goal for a shot. If that sounds like FC 26 could become a scorefest, especially online with the faster pace of competitive mode, you'd be partially correct. Defending can be difficult. Mistimed tackles will leave you even further out of position than usual due to the dribbling improvements, and your AI teammates tend to run out of position already. However, EA has given goalkeepers an AI boost to help offset that. Your shot stopper isn't perfect, but they're much more intelligent with their positioning.
There is an early test for the goalkeeper.
Don't get it twisted, you'll still see a few weird bounces here or there, that's football after all, but goalkeepers are at least much less frustrating in FC 26. They're better at closing off shot angles and more likely to push a shot out of play rather than drop it right back at your attacker's feet.
Terrific point-blank save.
Well, I thought that had to be a goal, but the keeper pulls off a tremendous save.
So, things feel great mid-match, but the problems start to take shape when you dive into the mode options between them and see the season pass plastered on nearly everything. Last year, EA introduced a paid season pass into FC 25 toward the end of the cycle, so we knew this was coming, but seeing it drop on day one does sting. You can ignore it and stick with a free version of the pass, or even potentially earn enough in-game currency to buy it without spending real-world money, but this still might be the worst version of a season pass we've seen in a sports game yet. The issue is that you're not just earning rewards for Ultimate Team, where people are already, unfortunately, conditioned to spend money. You're also earning a ton of rewards for clubs, player career and manager career. The latter is where things really get icky because one of the big draws for FC26 is that icons and heroes are finally available in manager mode. For the first time ever, you can take classic players like Luis Figo, Toni Kroos, and Julie Foudy and put them into your manager mode saves. It should be a revelation, but instead, EA made the strange decision to lock many of these players behind the season pass. There are several reasons this is frustrating. The first is that you probably won't be able to acquire enough XP for them by playing either manager or player career mode alone. EA might implement more ways for non-Ultimate Team players to earn XP, but with how things are currently constructed, you'll need to dive into that loot box opening simulator or open your wallet if you want to finish enough of the pass to claim career mode rewards like Gianfranco Zola, Miroslav Klose, and Park Ji-sung. And keep in mind, this is only the first season pass. If FC26 continues to lock icons and heroes behind future passes, we'll likely see desirable players like Ronaldinho and Johan Cruyff tucked behind a paywall as well. That's an unfortunate situation that reeks of EA trying to get even more money out of its player base than usual. It's bad enough that Ultimate Team players are being milked dry, but now you can't even enjoy your offline career mode without feeling the pull to spend money. Forcing this season pass on everyone feels like a bridge too far, even for EA.
Great work. What's next? Ibrahimovic.
What makes this situation even more painful is that most of these modes do feature fun updates on their tried and true formulas this year. For example, the new Manager Live Hub lets you dive into specific challenges and earn new jerseys for your club. These feel like the next step towards a historical mode like the Negro Leagues option in MLB The Show, as you'll be challenged to recreate moments like Jamal Musiala's double with Bayern Munich, or take a mid-level club like SK Rapid or Strasbourg to European glory. The classic version of career mode is still there, but Manager Live gives you a rotating list of challenges that will test your skills in fun ways on and off the pitch. Even Ultimate Team is home to several small yet meaningful changes. Everything from the return of tournaments to the ability to choose the cosmetics on your evolutions feels carefully crafted to deliver the improvements fans have been asking after for years. EA has been actively working on making its online play more stable as well, and so far things have been holding up well on that front. You'll still run into slowdown at peak times, but it's never felt unplayable. Unfortunately, EA also promised a slower power curve in Ultimate Team, and while it's still early days, all that's meant so far is that the mode has become even more pay to win than usual. Rewards from every mode have been nerfed, and slowing things down like this seems well intentioned on paper, as it would theoretically allow your cards to stay viable for longer. But you can still buy the best cards in the store for a chance to get top-end players. So those intentions look a lot less noble when they're placed next to $30 lottery tickets that'll help you compete at the highest level right away. In the past, if you didn't pay with money, you could pay with time and effort. That's still true if you want to work the transfer market to make coins, but average players are going to be stuck firmly in the rearview mirror until they open their checkbook.
And there's another one. Valuable breathing space for them now.
Elsewhere, clubs have probably seen the least changes, though the archetype system is a nifty new form of progression. Now, you can pick a famous player from football's past to emulate, making it a little easier to stick to a role, providing a better way to gauge forward momentum. That said, without a dedicated group, it's a mode that's tough to get into, which makes it hard to recommend to casual players.
To pick out this pass shows wonderful vision. It's inch perfect, and when through on goal, she makes no mistake. She just hits it so cleanly and with power.
EA Sports FC's 26 on-pitch gameplay is the best it's been in a long time. Dribbling is sticky and responsive, passing is crisp, and goalkeepers can actually play their position. But despite the positive improvements both mid-match and across its various modes, an increased focus on monetization is more distracting than ever. Ultimate Team players have had it bad enough for years, but now not even the career mode players are safe from the season pass woes. If you can get past the microtransaction madness, there is a noticeably better football game here, and that is worth celebrating. But FC26 is also EA at its most money-hungry yet, and it's hard not to worry about where things will go from here. For more, check out our reviews of Skate or NHL 26, and for everything else, stick with IGN.